Hey, what's up, everybody? Welcome to Dad's Expensive Hobby.
What's up?
Today, we're taking a look at the Dragon Stars Adult Super Saiyan 3 Vegeta, the Daima version. If you watch any of my videos, and lately nobody freaking has,
we have a problem.
But I went on a toy hunt here recently, and I found this guy at Walmart, and I definitely had to pick him up. I've had him pre-ordered on Big Bad Toy Store, but they're not due till April, and I was surprised to see him on the shelf, so I went ahead and grabbed him. I really liked Daima. I know some people didn't, but I liked it, and I definitely like this version of Vegeta. I think he looks really, really cool. So let's get started, starting with the package. Of course, it is typical Dragon Stars packaging. I really like it. They've got a decent sized window here on the front, showing us mostly of everything that's going on inside. I think this picture right here of Vegeta is really good, but it is encroaching up onto the window a little bit, but it still looks pretty good. On the side there has a nice little image from the anime, and on the back, kind of a fail there. They needed to do something more. I know that Dragon Stars likes to just do like one picture at a time versus the entire series like they used to do, but they need to do a little bit more with the back, but I still do like the packaging. Very, very quality. Let's check out Vegeta himself here and see how tall he is, because this is a 6.5 inch line. I want all you to bear that in mind. To the top of his Super Saiyan 3 here, he is 7.25 inches tall, which would make the entire figure 18 centimeters. And I should tell you, down to the hairline, he is about 5.5 inches tall. Just throwing that out there. But let's stand him next to an older Super Saiyan Vegeta figure right here. And it's basically the same body. The torso is definitely thicker from front to back, if you can see that, and the arms are bigger on the Super Saiyan 3 version. But they're basically the same height. The hair is just a little taller, but the main figure is about the same height. Shoulders maybe a little bit bigger on the new one. And it's just a little brighter and more vibrant looking. Now, if you have any questions, yes, they can head swap, and I'll put up some images somewhere at some point and show you guys. Doesn't look really any different. We'll go over the new one's aesthetic here pretty soon. And of course, the new one is pinless, as you can see right there in the shoulders of the old one. Here he is with that newest Goku from the Dragon Stars line, the Super Saiyan 4 from Daima Goku. And I really like that. I think maybe this Vegeta is a little bit too tall, but he is shorter than Goku, so I'll take it. And those two look really, really good next to each other. And just because I have it, and this is my favorite Vegeta figure of all time, here is the Beast Deities Jade Rabbit Super Saiyan Vegeta, and I put that Red Bolt Studio Super Saiyan 3 hair sculpt on it. And oh my God, that's a gorgeous figure. And it looks pretty good next to this other one, I'm not going to lie. That's a pretty good comparison. But let's dig in just a little bit more into Vegeta. Now, for accessories, this is a Dragon Star, so he doesn't really come with shit. He does come with this one head sculpt right here that I actually think looks halfway decent. He comes with two little fist hands right here, as we see, and he comes with two open hands. And that's it. That's all he gets. So that's covering the, the accessories portion of this video. It's a Dragon Stars. What did you expect for $22? Anyways, for his aesthetic, it's a Dragon Stars, okay? This is a $21, $23 figure. You're not going to get, ripped straight from the pages of the manga kind of look. But for kids, these are good looking figures for what they are, and they are excellent stand-ins in your collection if you have holes. Anyways, I will say I do like the hair. It is that rubber hair. I guess for most of like the Super Saiyans and the Saiyans in general, they're going to go with the rubber hair from now on, just the colored rubber. But it looks pretty good. It's nice and pointy, but it's not sharp like the plastic of old. The sculpt in it is good, and the color looks pretty good. I like it. I like the faceplate for the most part. That's not a perfect Vegeta face, but for $23, that will work for me. Now, he is definitely very squatty looking. He doesn't have a freaking neck. I think they kind of missed the mark a little bit there, but in some ways I understand why they did it, and it has to do with how the head sits down onto the neck. The peg has to go kind of up there a little bit deeper, and they do that to counterbalance that Super Saiyan 3 hair so he can actually stand up without a stand. So it works, but it makes him look very squatty, like I said. His traps and stuff are very straight down into the shoulders, so that just kind of gives him a very compressed kind of look. It still works, but it's like I said, it's just a little compressed and tight and kind of blocky. The chest, the inflated kind of chest that they gave him to make him look more bulked up and stuff for Super Saiyan 3. It's cool and doesn't look all that great all at the same time. It just has a little bit of an odd shape straight on. The chest is too narrow. They needed to make the chest a little bit wider to make it look a little more organic and realistic. It's just like they puffed him out forwards this way and not enough out to the side. The paint that's on it, we got some paint here in the Saiyan armor, and it's done very well. And we've got some paint down here on the boots that is done very well. Other than those differences, and that they gave him some new biceps that are supposed to be a little bit bigger. I actually think the biceps on the older Super Saiyan Vegeta had a little more organic of a look, but they were going for a bigger, more bulked up look. So I guess they achieved it. Other than that, this is basically any other, Vegeta or Super Saiyan Vegeta body that you would get from them, minus the pinholes. Now he's all pinless and everything. Mostly new sculpt on here though, like the legs are new sculpt and stuff. And overall for a Dragon Stars, it looks pretty good. I like it. And now for his articulation, again, it's a Dragon Stars and he moves like a Dragon Star, so keep that in mind. But he does have a neck like we talked about, and it has its own joint, and it will move around a little bit right there, some forward and back. You're not going to get much side to side out of it. His head is sitting, if I can get it off, on a ball peg, and the neck itself and the ball peg, kind of function like a double ball peg. Yes and no all at the same time, because like I said, this has to set very deep up into the head to kind of counterbalance the weight of the hair so that he can stand up on his own. So it kind of removes some of the benefit of having a double ball peg kind of effect, but it can kind of tilt around so you can get a little bit of nuance out of it, just not a big bunch. Again, it's a Dragon Stars. Shoulders will come up almost into a Y pose, so I do like that, and it'll go at full 360. I can't talk. No butterfly in there, but Dragon Stars doesn't really do that. But it does have kind of a system in there. The shoulder is a hinge on a ball peg that connects into another ball peg that moves around and allows it to move around kind of circularly in that socket in there. So it gives you a little more nuance and some things you can do, but not that much. Bicep swivel, it works okay. It's a double jointed elbow. You're going to get a little bit past 90, and that's about it. That elbow right there is not very attractive. These new joints, they work good, but they are not very attractive. The wrists are a ball hinge, so you'll get all kinds of movement and rotation, so no complaints there. As far as the torso, there is no abdominal break. We all know that if you've ever owned a Dragon Stars, but they have switched from a swivel down here at the waist until there's kind of a quasi ball peg. And by quasi, it's a ball peg, but then the material sits down over it a little bit, and it still kind of mostly functions like a swivel, but you can get a little bit of tilt and stuff out of it. So it's somewhere in between a ball peg and a swivel waist. The legs, they are on drop downs that help with front kick, but he still doesn't get much more than that, so that's not all that awesome. And they come out to the sides, not too impressively either, a little bit past 45 degrees, and actually maybe just 45 degrees, so that's not great. And firm booty, because this isn't a high-end figure, but it'll kick back ever so slightly. He does have a thigh swivel built in up there that works okay, I guess. Double jointed knee, not the most room in the world, but it is past 90. And again, that new joint system that they're using, I don't really like that knee, but again, these are more kind of geared towards kids, like younger kids, that's not going to bother them too bad. Now the ankles do move pretty good. Ankles are on a ball hinge that'll go down like that and up like that, and you can get a little semblance of a rocker out of them as well. No peg hole and no toe hinge. These ankles, why can't SH Figure Arts and their third-party lookalike companies make ankles like that? Because those ankles are actually pretty good. So overall, he moves decent for a Dragon Star. Final thoughts on the Super Saiyan 3 Vegeta from Dragon Stars. As far as a Dragon Stars example goes, this is pretty good. I like it. I like the direction they're going. They're putting new joints in. They're trying to give us more articulation. They're switching up the way they're doing hair. They're adding some paint. I like it. If they would start picking up the pace a little bit with the accessories, even if the price had to go up a few dollars, I think Dragon Stars would really hold its own. I like what they're doing with it, even though it's not SH page. Figuarts, don't get me wrong. For a Dragon Stars, I will give this release a solid B. This is a good release from them. I do recommend it. It fell short, in a few areas, particularly in the aesthetic because of the way they did the neck, and the hips don't move that well for it. I think they need to go back and kind of retweak that a little bit, but he moves really good, and his price point at $21 to $23 is pretty good. That is pretty much all I have got for him. Like, subscribe, comment, and this has been Dad with Dad's Expensive Hobby, and I'll talk to you all in the next video.